Hi everyone, this is Tammy and I am here with Tesha and this is Tea Time with Tammy and Tesha, the Dental Diversity Diva. I'm so excited to have you and interview you today, Tesha. This is
Thank
Tisha
you.
Cagle.
Yes.
She's a dental hygienist for 10 years, and she's been working in public health, in private practice, and in corporate. And since last year, she's been speaking publicly on diversity issues. So she's a specialist, a professional in diversity issues. So welcome, Tisha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm
And
so
you forgot
excited.
our guest star.
What's the guest star's name?
Rain.
Rain, I
Yep, she's
love
all
it.
dolled up and ready for the tea party.
Oh, well, we're gonna have to do a little tea toast with
Toast.
rain.
Cheers.
Cheers. So we are here on a Sunday afternoon, and we would like to know more about what you're speaking on, where you're going on speaking engagements on, and what led you to this new profession, I guess, that you're doing now. So
Yes.
tell us more about you.
Yes. So my upbringing was one that caused me to kind of develop my intercommunicational skills as far as different cultures very early on. My family was the first to integrate a small Catholic school. So it was very evident to me at that point that there were differences that were pointed out to me early on at the age of 5. I found myself being an advocate for my not only my race but also my culture and as well as my religion. Because we even though I learned the Catholic faith and I appreciate it, we were by denomination more of a Baptist family. So that made me develop in a very unique way. So continuing on with that throughout life, I kind of faced different issues myself personally head on. Never really subscribed to the thought process of, just ignore bullies and they'll leave you alone. That never worked out for me. So I kind of developed a voice early on, and I continued on with that voice throughout dental hygiene school, being the only one of my skin tone within my class as well, and I always spoke up for other people's issues too. Wasn't always race related. If I saw someone being kind of picked on or cornered or anything, I always spoke up. Because I actually advocate for other people more so than I advocate for myself. And that's just the nature of my being. So it carried on throughout my life. So right now, I feel like I am who I was always kind of meant to be.
Yeah.
So
And I
this feels
and
very natural.
I do appreciate that because I feel I'm the same way as well. Like I was bullied too as a young child because I didn't speak English that well. So when I first moved here to the United States, I was bullied. So I also advocated for other people. Didn't it wasn't race as much as just any kind of bullying. So I do appreciate what you're doing. I'm so thankful to be a friend and to be on your journey with you and help you. So I'm so excited to bring what you have to our group.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm happy. I'm happy that you brought me along. I'm so glad to know you and have connected with your audience in such a way as well.
So tell us, what what made you want? I know you said you as a young child in the Catholic school, but what made you want to help people the way you do?
Um, I feel like it kind of it again, it comes naturally, but as far as branching out into this arena of speaking on diversity issues, it was kind of brought to me as something that I should be doing. I would write long dissertations on Facebook. You can't get a long dissertation out on Instagram, so and I'm very wordy, but it would be cultural pieces and some of them would explain certain terms that are misconstrued between different cultures that tend to cause more of a divide than a bringing together. So I would further explain them and what the meaning behind or the intent behind, because sometimes the intent may change throughout time. So it's kind of like whisper down the lane. So I would give further explanation and help people understand, because my audience is broad. It's not just, one race, or, you know what I mean? So when I would do that, people would reach out to me, oh, you should be a diversity and inclusion trainer. So they kind of brought it to me. And it's not something that is common within dentistry, within our field, sadly. And I feel like it should be. So, essentially with my certification, I could work in any field, and, I could work in healthcare or anything, but I really feel like we need to start at home. So that's what I'm doing. I'm starting at home.
Wonderful. So you're starting at home, meaning dentistry, right? Dental
Yes.
hygiene and in dentistry. So what kind of feedback? I know you're getting great feedback from the actual dental hygienists who are having issues, but how are you getting feedback throughout your world in dentistry?
I'm getting it's mixed reviews, but that's kind of what you
Yeah.
expect when you embark on something that's different.
Hmm.
Some people are resistant to change. And sometimes diversity is looked at as a dirty word, as if we want to take jobs away from people just because they're not quote unquote diverse. But diversity is a thought process. Diversity is very broad. It's not just skin tone. It's not just religion. It's diversity of thought as well. And you really just want to open doors so that the best person, the best possible candidate can walk through those doors.
Wow.
Not about assigning people to different spots.
True.
It's about just making sure it's an equal playing
Right.
field for everyone.
So
So,
people feel sometimes when you say diversity, they think that that means like just a different person of color
mhm.
going to be put in that position just because of their color. But you're saying, no, that's not what it is.
No, that's not what it is. That's not how it's taught, and that's not how it's meant to be. This is not an extension of affirmative action. This is more so making sure everything is fair and that inclusion exists, and bringing more candidates into the field, because right now there's a shortage of dental hygienists, especially. So, when I just want to reframe the mindset, because for a very long time, everyone thought that a dental hygienist should be blonde with blue eyes and attractive and all of these things. So once you shake up that mindset, then you allow for different possibilities for different people to, enter into the field comfortably. I want to also support them once they get there to make sure that they're not being mistreated. And that is key as well. So.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, what would you like to see happen with what you're doing?
I would like to see a change in the culture of the workplace, as well as within our field and in other fields as well. I just want this to kind of spread like wildfire. It's not
Yeah.
talked about, it's kind of promoted. It's a sexy thing as far as, showing pictures. But the work that needs to be done to
Yeah.
support those pictures and what goes on when the camera is off is really what we need to focus on. So I'm the what now. After you get your diverse team of whatever, combination that you have. I am how do you support them? How do you bring out the best in them? So that's what I want to see. But
Wonderful.
yeah.
So,
So,
what kind of training did you have to do this?
so I had training from a company called the Institute of Certification, Diversity Certification, the Institute of Diversity Certification. And so that it's has different makeups where you can do an intensive version or not. But the exam is proctored through Purdue University. And so you kind of have to be on the up and up and you have to like submit a final project and all of that. So, so it's, it was challenging. A lot of lawyers take that course, a lot of human resources and things of that nature, where they may have a better background, but some of them, failed the exam. It's kind of still the work that you put in
Yes.
is what you get out of it.
So tell us where you've been speaking.
So I've spoken thus far. I've spoken at the National Mobile Dental Conference, or National Mobile and Teledentistry Conference, and I spoke recently at Dentistry's Got Talent through Smiles at Sea. I am also part of the extended version of RDH Under One Roof.
Wonderful.
So that's
Wonderful.
exciting as
Yes.
well.
Wonderful. So they are welcoming you. They want you to come. They want you to speak,
Yeah.
and they're helping you spread your voice, right?
Yes. And I think they want what I'm bringing as well. So, it would be different if I'm really being embraced by the conference organizers. And I really appreciate that. I don't feel like I'm just, filling a slot. I feel like they really want to see this whole thing make a difference. So.
Wonderful. So are you going also into big corporate dental offices? Where do you want to
I
be?
am working my way into that. I've done smaller offices to work out different cultural differences within the offices. And I am trained to work in any capacity with any size office or any size problems. But it's really based on an assessment to see what changes are needed. And then the support after we implement a program to kind of enact that change. So
What
yeah,
about in the schools, in the dental schools or dental hygiene schools?
we do need that. We do. I've spoken to graduating. Oh, you're getting frisky. I'm gonna let her down. I've spoken to, yeah, graduating or yes, they're probably graduating now.
Yeah.
Hygiene students, senior hygiene classes, and things of that nature, just to give them a voice and some strength in their newfound position. Sometimes when we graduate from dental hygiene school, we have no idea what world we're walking into. And sometimes we allow certain things just because we feel like we're new
Right.
and we don't have a voice yet. I wanted to give them mine. And so I kind of gave them the tools and the power and the strength. This is a very unique situation that they're entering into, and they have more power than I feel like I had 10 years ago graduating, where the market may have been somewhat flooded or, heading that way. That was after the big rush from, the Wall Street Journal. Oh, be a dental hygienist, so,
Good money
so
and it's
it's just after that.
comfortable. Yeah, yeah. I
Huh?
know. It's good money, it's
Yeah.
comfortable,
Yeah.
and
What's wrong, baby?
it was put out. You're right. It was
Yes.
put out.
So I, just wanted them to know that they do have you froze.
Okay, I'm coming
Okay.
back. I had to
Okay.
I had to switch Wi-Fi. Sorry. So, yeah, so I think what I graduated 30 years ago, so
Okay.
I believe when I went into it, it wasn't as flooded as, let's say, 10 years ago and or more.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of articles put out saying how wonderful dental hygiene is. It's a great profession. And I think also that that kind of flooded the market, maybe. But
Mhm.
um, I believe we need to start from the core, which is the schools,
Yes.
the dental hygiene schools, and um, and actually in all business and all
Mhm.
school systems. We
Yes.
and it could start from being a child, elementary school. We need diversity, inclusion classes at that point because it does
Yes.
start when we're young, and
Yes. And that's where we form these mindsets. Yep.
it probably starts as younger than elementary because it starts from your parents. So it
Mhm.
it's definitely needed, how far can we go back is what the question is, right?
Yeah, let's I want to normalize these conversations though, so I want to make it not a dirty word, I mean, the way the population in the US is going, minorities soon will become the majority. Like, so it's not something that we can really avoid by not talking about it.
Right,
So
right,
we need to just learn how to all work together and find our strengths in
right,
that. So,
right. Wonderful. I'm loving this conversation, and this is definitely a start. I know you've started, and this is the journey. And I would love for you to tell people where they can reach you and how they can contact you.
you can contact me through my website, which is www, even if you don't add that, dentaldiversitydiva.com, as well as by email, Tesha, Tesha, at dentaldiversitydiva.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any other good things you want to tell us? What's happening in your life? How things are changing for you?
Oh, it's changing rapidly. So I went from being like thinking, well, maybe this was a crazy idea to like, and not being in high demand at all, to like being in demand so much that I, may have to exit clinical just so I can nurture this baby. So right now I'm, temping because I still love clinical, but this is an extension of my love for my patients that I'm doing. So, I'll probably have to make some serious decisions soon, but it's kind of taken off. I'm looking for a team of people who have this type of passion that want to pursue this so I can best mentor them. And, I can't do it alone. I can't be everywhere, but I want people who are committed enough to get the education to back up what they're saying, because we could talk about diversity until the cows come home. But again, if we don't have the backing to actually support it, there'll be clinicians who will enter into the field and leave just as quickly as they entered. And that's not what we want. We don't want a revolving door of clinicians because they got burned by the first office that they entered into with a very bad cultural environment. So I really want to make a change so that everybody has a happier working environment, especially within our field. So yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to go with you on your journey, follow you, and please, I would like you to post in the Women's Empowerment Group as often as you want and let us know what's happening in your life.
Yeah.
Give us some good gems and good information on what's happening in the diversity issue. And
Mhm.
if there's anything else we can help you with, I'm sure there's plenty. We have over 600 women in the empowerment group. So
Mhm.
I know a lot of them are in dentistry, but a lot of
Yeah.
them are not. And you
Yes.
also help others,
I
right?
can help others, yes. So that's what I'm excited about too, because I do get people reaching out to me from all different environments, all different working environments and everything. And with my training, I'm connected with the Society for Diversity, which has everyone from, the chief diversity officer at Goldman Sachs. Like, how am I connected with this woman? So I have I have a whole network of people outside of dentistry that I could definitely guide you into the right direction, even if you have an issue that's outside of the realm of dentistry. So,
That's wonderful. And I get what you're saying because it's not just dentistry, it's everywhere. And I'm in real estate now. I just got my real estate license. So I'm
yes, I'm so
excited.
proud of you.
And I know it's an issue in real estate as well. I'm hearing some things that are going on. So maybe I can bring you into that world one
Yeah,
day and hopefully we can help
yes,
that issue because that's a big issue in every, like we said, every profession, every,
yes,
part of our lives. We don't realize it. We just don't
yeah,
realize it unless it actually happens to us. So
yeah,
by bringing this information to a multitude of people, and
yeah,
having you able to help them is very, very
Yeah.
exciting.
And I just want to let everybody know that my training is not just in, that standard cultural issues, it's also in sexual harassment, issues with LGBTQ plus community, issues in any type of way that you feel discriminated against. Gender inequality, I can point you in the right direction for that as well. So.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is Tea Time with Tami and Tesha.
Yay, cheers.
And till next time, till we could do this as a series, we could catch up with you and you could tell us how things are going. We can catch up another day.
I love talking with you. I would love
Oh,
that.
thank you so much. Have a great day.
All right, you as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.